Hey everyone. So today I got my friend Brian.
Yep.
He literally just moved here from Calgary to San Francisco. So what did we land like 1 hour ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we landed 1 hour ago. He moved all the way from Canada to San Francisco to work in Silicon Valley. So yeah, pretty much just introduce yourself. Like what were you doing in Canada before this? Like school. Like I know you did your masters and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey everyone, I'm Brian. I was born and raised in Calgary for my whole life, so 27 years. I have a bachelor's in software engineering from the University of Calgary, finished in 2020. And then I did a master's in neuroscience from 2020 to 2022.
Nice.
And then since then I've been working at Hexagon as a full-time software dev.
Sick. And then where did you do your master's? And the interesting part is he did his master's in neuroscience, not even engineering, because he was really like you're into AI and stuff, right? You decided to
learn more about the brain to help us build better AI.
Yeah, there's not that many people doing AI that are neuroscientists. A lot of people are just in software and stuff. Cool. So yeah, pretty much in this video, since he just made the move literally 1 hour ago, would you get your visa like only 3 hours ago?
Yeah, I got the visa 3 hours ago.
We're gonna just document everything related to how he did the move, pretty much getting everything from, or like, how do you want to structure it? I'll let you lead this one.
Yeah, so I think all this starts first with a job, right? So you have to be prepared to interview for a job and then hunt for a job in the States. So for my job, just got a referral from James and then took the interview and then passed it. So James's company, Rippling, helped sponsor me over. They gave like a whole package, it's like pretty thick. About papers, you go into like the airport. What you need to do is like clear security, and then once you hit customs, you tell the officer that you're here on a TN visa to work, and then they take you to what's called a secondary inspection area. You wait a bit there for about like an hour. They interview you, ask you what the job's about, how long you're staying, and whatnot. Depends, I think, on the airport as well.
Yeah.
And then you pass through the interview, and then you're off on the plane.
Yeah, but there's different visas, right? Well, I guess okay. First off, how was your interview process? What was it like to interview for a Bay Area startup? Was it different than what you've ever experienced, or what?
Yeah, you got to do a lot more technical, like the lead code type questions.
Yeah.
Right. Like for Hexagon, they didn't ask too much. They just asked like a simple like decode some files, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But then Rippling asked had like multiple rounds of interviews, and then like they asked more in-depth questions that require like a lot more fundamental comp sci knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, what was it, like a few coding, system design, behavioral projects?
Yeah, I think
Just explain the whole process.
So for Rippling, and I think it's pretty standard for like a lot of American companies, is to first do a phone screen about half an hour with a recruiter, right? They go over your resume, check over your background, make sure you're like an okay fit for the company, and the next round would be the technical interview. So that's like one round of coding, usually about an hour. Right, so they go through one problem, then if you solve it, usually they can kind of build on it. Core concepts like you have to know optimization, big O, all your data structures and whatnot.
Yeah.
So if you pass that, what happened at Rippling was I went to a project review interview. So about I think a few weeks later, I did a review of one project I did. So I just pulled out a project from Hexagon, went over it with the interviewer for an hour. Right. Passed that, fine, and then the last stage was the onsite, virtual onsite. So that was, I believe, 4 interviews.
That's a lot.
3, 2 coding, 1 system design, and then 1 with the hiring manager.
Nice.
Yeah. And then if you pass all that, you get the offer stage, and here we are.
Yeah, sick. And then, okay, you get the offer, and then they knew you had to relocate. So what are the different options for move? Can you just move to the United States of America without an offer?
No. So you have to have a company to sponsor you in a way, and they have to understand that you're coming in on a TN visa. Technically, it's actually called TN status. It's not a visa, right? So you do need like an American company. You can't just hop on a plane here as like a tourist, find a job, and then work. That's not possible. In fact, Rippling told me that if I don't get the visa, I should not enter the U.S. at all as a visitor. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And for everyone watching, there's multiple visas. We come from Canada, so we get lucky with the TN visa. Yep. It's a pretty easy one, non-immigrant status. There's the H-1B. But if you want to move to the United States, first secure a job and then figure out what visa you're going to get, right? Yeah. But the hardest part is securing a job and just landing a job.
Yep.
But yeah, once you got the job, or first off, like, why did you even want to move out to the Bay Area?
Yeah, just more opportunities, right? The ability to network, right? And this is like the tech hub of the world, right?
Yeah.
So like you find lots of people who are like-minded. The work is good. People are good, right? Pay, of course, is a lot better too. So that's a huge motivator. Just like a new opportunity, just something to explore while we're young, right? No kids, no family, nothing to hold me back. So why not?
Yeah, I think actually also another interesting thing would be like, let's talk about what you think it's gonna be like. I mean, you've just been for an hour, and then maybe we'll look back a year from now. Okay, it didn't turn out that way.
Yeah.
Like, how did you imagine it gonna be when you move here and the environment?
Yeah, the first impression is that, holy crap, it's hilly as heck. Well, the elevation changes are no joke compared to like a flat cow town in Calgary. What else is there? There's like, a lot of the AI billboard ads I saw. That's like the shock factor. I don't think you would see that outside of San Francisco, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I come from oil and gas town, so even then they don't have advertisements like that. So it's quite insane. Like quite a lot of money's flowing into here. I think you can tell. Cars are nicer. Weather's nicer. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a nice place. It's a nice place.
What about because you said you came here to meet like smart people. What are you kind of expecting out of that? Or what does that exactly mean?
I think it means more people in tech, right? Is number one. Two is like the education backgrounds from everywhere.
Yeah.
So for example, Calgary is more of a local town, so more people have went to the same university, right? Grew up with the same friend groups. San Francisco brings people like from all over the world, so that's what you're hoping to meet.
That's actually true.
Like different perspectives.
You'll meet a lot of people. No matter who you ask, they came from a different school.
Yeah.
Like you'll notice in your first day, you start in a couple weeks and stuff. Cool, yeah, and we'll do another one with Brian soon, where after we figure out how to get his SSN, all that stuff, and how to ramp up. I think that'd be all good stuff to document.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you got your TN, or they told you specifically that they want to give you a TN visa.
Yeah.
So you went to the border. It's pretty easy. You just sat there and they got it in.
Yep.
And now you're in.
Yep.
I mean, you pretty much lived in this city 27 years. Now you're crossing this border into another country.
Yeah.
What were some things you had to do to prepare, either mentally and also like physically, like with packing and stuff?
Well, for mentally, it's like you just do a lot of research, right? It's like you want to see, like as we live in Canada, it's pretty similar to America, right? You hear it all in the news, but actually being here, like I think it's a good idea to visit first, just to mentally prepare.
But you didn't.
Yeah, so it's like, that's why I'm like shocked, but I think it's okay too. It's not a big deal. In terms of physically, it's like packing, it's like making sure, I think you prioritize your belongings to like what's most valuable to you. I think it goes like two ways. First is like whatever's most expensive money wise, right? So car, I think, in house is like what comes to people's mind. But like, and then there's also like sentimental items, right? Things that might be like cheap, but someone important got it for you.
Yeah.
Right. So I think you want to pack those kind of items to remind you also of home.
Okay, interesting. I didn't think of that. So that's how you made sure to bring some sentimental stuff too?
Yeah, for example, like my girlfriend like made these like small little things, and I'm like, sure, it's not expensive, but it's like it comes from someone important, right? So it's like you want to bring that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Right. And then I think if I were to redo the move again, one thing I would do is like just ditch all the cheap stuff, right? I think for cheap stuff for me it's like toothpaste, lotion, anything below like $100 you should not bring. Just rebuy here, honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to pack? And what did you bring? Like, what are some of the things you brought? And what are some things you decided to leave behind?
Yeah. So I decided to like bring a lot because I did the trade-off of you can bring more, right? And then it'll make your life easier as you start because then you don't have to go out and rebuy. Like you don't have to carry like huge bags back home, right? But the trade-off is that I had to bring it all now, right? I think it is actually cheaper because shipping from at least Canada to America is that huge U-Haul box my friend had was like about $56 Canadian. Right?
Yeah.
So I packed like a bunch. I think clothes is another one. Skincare, a lot of like kitchen stuff, just things you use every day, right? So like bath towel, clothes, pans, pots, like pens, notebooks. Yeah.
Let's see. What else would you suggest for someone moving? Because we're gonna structure this in a few ways. Right now we're just talking about everything before the move, and then now he did the move, and obviously he has to find like a place to live and stuff. And then, yeah. So all the things after, like getting set up with bank accounts. Yeah. Let's talk about everything before the move, all the way up to what are you gonna do with your money? You've made money and you accumulated money there. You accumulated belongings, assets, all that stuff. You leaving that? Are you taking it all with you? How's that gonna work?
Yeah, so it's a little complicated for me. It's like I had like a lot of investments in like the Canadian TFSA, the RSP, the FHSA. So I actually talked to a cross-border accountant. I would recommend everyone do this. Right, it actually was quite expensive, like $500 an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much did you have to pay in total?
Yeah, I paid 500 for just 1 hour of the accountant's time.
Damn.
But I think it was worth it because I have a story. My cousin, he also did this similar move, right? He
Yeah.
went to New York City instead, right? But he didn't talk to an accountant. And then the first year after working in the States, the Canadian government actually hit him with like a $30,000
Whoa.
yeah,
What?
payment because they think he didn't pay taxes on his income in the States, right? But he did pay it to the IRS. He just didn't tell that to the CRA, right?
You have to tell it to CRA?
Yeah, you gotta communicate the CRA know that like you're becoming a non-resident. There's a whole tax process for this. It's extremely complicated. That's why I recommend talking to an accountant. And that accountant recommended specifically for like the TFSA and the FHSA to sell everything in that account and just to close the account. She always said the best way she worded it was like you want to check out of the Canadian system and check into the American system.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so you sold all your stuff already or no?
Yeah. So I thought they would ask me at the airport too. I thought normally they do what's something called the deemed disposition where you note how much your investments are and like what price they are, so that the Canadian government knows like pretty much like you're assuming when you leave Canada it's kind of like you sell, right? So they want to know the price and then like have you pay tax at that time. But the airport they didn't ask me any of this, so but I didn't have anything too.
Yeah.
TFSA was liquidated. I sold I just hold like one ETF, the VGRO ETF, sold it, moved into my account. FHSA, I still have like one lingering GIC. And then I have two other accounts, the margin account or cash account. That's fine as long as it's cash, no investments. And then the RSP was actually safe to keep.
RSP is safe to keep? Okay.
Yeah, RSP for California doesn't recognize it, but the federal level, United States recognizes it. So
I see.
yeah, it'll be a little complicated, but that's okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's specific for Canada. If you're anywhere, just TLDR, sell everything.
Yeah. Another thing is, accountant said, cash is king. Cash is king. Do not hold investments. You can hold cash, is fine. Just don't hold investments.
Yeah.
Such as stocks, ETFs, bonds, GIC, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have cash there, they don't care about it. They won't come for it. Like the cash just sitting in your Canadian bank account.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't care about the cash. They want to know about how much you have, but if it's not invested, they don't care.
Okay. What else? Like, what are some other stories from before you moved that you want to document?
Oh, just like to make sure, like to do everything else, like catch up with your friends and family, make sure to let them know. I think that's one thing I could have done better is to communicate with everyone. Packing I should have done probably a week before. I rushed it because I was like also using the stuff at the same time, right? So if you pack it, you can't use it.
Yeah.
So I was like really rushed on that, but I think it turned out okay, right?
Yeah. Like, when did you get your offer? Today's March 1.
Yeah. So I got
How long ago?
I got my offer at the last week of January. I'd say.
Oh wow.
I think it was like around January 29.
So it's been 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Like literally a month and a bit. So yeah, I mean that's a pretty long enough time to do it. So yeah, you start packing around March 19.
Yep. So I had a trip to Vancouver. Came back like March 19th.
Nice.
So I was like, second I came back, I started packing again. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Is there anything you want to cover for before coming? Still?
And if I would redo it, I would just delay the start date again.
Really? More?
A bit more, I think. There's a trade-off here too. It's like I wanted to earn more money faster, right? So you want to start earlier, but also if you get more time, then you can also like have more time with friends, family, and to have. So I thought the TFSA stuff would be fast. Is not fast. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
I
like
see.
even withdrawing the money from the account takes about 5 business days.
I see.
Right. So you want to give yourself lots of time.
But if you had more time back home, do you think you would have actually used it up, or you would have just
Procrastinated? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Might happen again.
Sometimes like, okay, you had a month. Yeah, you have enough time to go meet up with everyone, and it's not that far, right?
Yeah, 3-hour flight.
Like, how did it feel? Do you feel very, very far from home right now, or?
In some ways, yeah. In some ways, no. Like it's only 3 hours, but also it's like
it's
you can't.
3 hours.
Yeah, it's like you can't just reach out to your friends anymore. Yeah. At least time zone difference not too bad. So if you ever move to somewhere like Toronto or something, that time zone difference would be bigger.
Yeah, like if you or
even Europe.
If you had to talk to your girlfriend, it's like 3 hours ahead. That's actually or 2 or 3. I think it's only 2, but that's already a lot. But now it's kind of better for us here if we're 1 hour behind.
Yeah.
Because they sleep before us.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that everything for before?
I would say so. Money is like the big thing. Having the job offer, packing, saying goodbye to friends and family.
Yeah, let's write this down real quick.
I would organize it mentally as like before coming, like before America, and then after America. Yeah.
What? Let's see your checklist. What are the other stuff?
Yeah.
Just in case we missed anything. So I'm gonna write some of this down. So before, get an offer.
Yeah.
Grind that lead code.
Use James's videos.
Yeah, exactly. Get an offer.
You need
First
an
thing.
offer. You need an offer.
You
No
need it,
offer,
yeah.
we're not talking about coming here.
Yeah. Once you get an offer, but that's the one thing that's hard about if you're internationals. You have to land an offer.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes hard because they might not interview you if you're not there already.
Yeah.
So the good thing about if you're already living in the US, then you're already kind of living there. You just kind of have to get the offer.
Yeah.
But here, get an offer, get a visa. Right? Once you get an offer and a visa, you pretty much get a start date. And you flew in 2 weeks before your start date. I'm pretty sure that was intentional, right?
Yep. So I gave myself a bit of time to explore SF, also find a place. Yeah. You do not want to fly in when you start, unless
Yeah.
you already have a place.
So get a start date. I don't know. Pack your stuff. Say goodbye.
Yeah. Pack, say goodbyes, and pretty much check out of Canada, right? It's like stop your subscriptions, do all the money stuff I mentioned.
Yeah. Sell everything.
Yeah,
Sell
right.
everything. Cash
Sell
is
everything.
king.
Yep, cash is king. Sell everything. Like when you pack your stuff, I would say declutter as well. Right, get rid of stuff you never used in like a year. Let's see what else I have on my list.
So you just start selling everything, and then we're gonna talk about stuff he's probably gonna be thinking about, like obviously getting his first credit card, getting all this other stuff. So before, now, like he's here, so it's pretty sick. We're gonna go for a walk around, get some food.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice to have him here, and then we'll do some more videos too.
Yeah.
Because he's into AI and I am too, and we wanna grind out some of those projects and.
Yeah, we've got some AI that not many people I would say are talking about.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, what's on your list?
Let's see. So just like cancel subscriptions, cancel insurance, right? For all the sell everything, make sure all your possessions are sold like that. Return any keys. I would give notice to your employer if you're currently working.
Yeah, give notice.
Yeah, book your hotel, book your flights too. Let's not forget all that too.
Book hotels. Most these companies will give you a relocation package, so definitely ask and negotiate for that.
Mm-hmm.
Book hotels.
Yeah, buy flights. Hotel. Yeah.
Use relocation.
I would also look for an apartment. Yeah.
Just to start looking at. But one thing I would say is.
Mm-hmm.
Never sign a lease without looking at the place first.
Of course.
Yeah.
So there's like a common scam where they ask for money before even seeing the place, like just to hold your spot to view. Yeah, don't fall for anything. No money given until you about to sign papers. Yeah. Also, if you come from Canada, I would use up all your benefits and healthcare over there. So I got blood tests done. I got all my dentists and medical, eye care, all that.
Use it all up before you leave.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get good benefits here too.
Yeah.
Because you work at a good company, but
yeah.
All right.
In case
we're about at 18 minutes, we'll spend another 20 minutes talking about now that he's landing here. What is he planning to do?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that answers everyone's question. So I mean, get an offer first off. That's mostly what this channel is about. And then this is the first time I'm ever talking about these other stuff. So getting a visa, there's multiple options for getting a visa. Work with your employer to figure out what visa fits your country.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, even with visa, there's difference between non-immigrant visa and immigrant visas.
Yep.
And then once you get a visa, you're going to figure out a start date. Once you figure out a start date, probably 2 weeks before or something, start packing, or that's too early?
Depends on each person. I would say 2 weeks is a good time.
Yeah. Okay, 2 weeks, start packing, right?
If you have a family, I would give a month, right? If you're single, 2 weeks should be more.
Say goodbye to all your friends and family. You will never see them again because you're going to be working all day. Sell everything. That includes it. You should probably start doing that as soon as you want to move.
Yep.
Cash is king. I like that slogan.
Cash is king. They can't tax that.
Yeah, they can't tax your cash. And then now, once you have, hopefully... You have everything packed. Now just book your flights, book your hotels. You're going to get a relocation bonus. And then start looking into where you're going to live a bit. And if you want a guide on that, we can do another video on that after Brian finds his apartment. But yeah, once you get in there, what about for fly day? How was fly day for you?
I think the number one thing
is today, right?
Yeah, just be really prepared. So have your documents. So for TN visa, they call it the G28 form, as well as the letter of support from your company, right? But documents like passport, have your boarding pass, letter of support.
I mean, work with your lawyer on this.
Work with a lawyer. Either your company assigns you one, like I did, or or like you find one on your own. Yeah. Also, remember to bring cash to America in case you don't have credit cards that work. Yeah.
Yep.
So I have some USD cash on hand.
Yeah, and then like obviously check in your bags and stuff and like
Yep. Check into the flight.
Travel with someone if you have a lot of stuff just in case.
Yeah.
I had more bags than hands.
Just so happy. Yeah. James helped me carry the check bag. That was great. Otherwise, I actually am not sure how I would have transported everything.
Okay, now that you're here, start dates in 2 weeks. I'm excited for you to join.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna, the tech stack and stuff. You're good with Python.
Yeah.
Have a master's degree. It's like we need talented people like that working at the company. So,
Yeah.
start date in 2 weeks. What else? Okay, that's the thing at the end. What are we gonna do before? What are you up to in these next 2 weeks?
Yeah. What you want to get ASAP is the social security number or SSN. You can get that online, but I think in person, if you do it, you get one instantly. They apparently write it down for you on a paper, right? And then they'll mail you like a proper card later on. So get SSN. The SSN opens up a lot of doors. That's why.
Yeah. What is the SSN and why do people need it?
Yeah, just it's your ID for the government, so they know you exist, right?
Yeah.
So after the SSN, this lets you open up bank accounts, lets you open up the phone plan, lets you rent an apartment, right? So that's what the SSN is
Bank
for.
account.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. Also, it stands for like social security number. So you also get social security benefits like Medicaid, like unemployment, pension, all that stuff.
Yeah. You can't actually even work really unless you get an SSN.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually need the SSN, but it seems like pretty simple to apply for. Bring like all your documents, all the visa documents, your passport, ID. You could pay a fee apparently, and yeah, we'll see. I haven't gone to this part yet.
Nice.
We'll come back to this.
So if you're from Canada, it's basically called the SIN.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are in the different countries, but every country has a unique identifier for each person. I guess this is your UUID on the database.
Pretty much.
What else? Getting SSN.
Yeah, I think one thing I'm struggling right now is the phone plan.
Phone plan.
So have like a temporary like phone plan to get data working. So I would recommend like one of the like Ubiki or like Airlo or something to like whatever you use for travel, also use for America, just for a bit to help hold you over until you get the proper phone plan.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, we can get you a phone plan tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got my phone plan in like 1 or 2 days. I didn't need an SSN.
You didn't need SSN, but you need an address though, hey?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. That's the okay. Now I'm starting to remember. That was actually kind of hard getting a phone plan.
Yeah. They might need to put like the hotel address or like temporarily put it.
I mean, I can get you. We can go to T-Mobile. I can get you like a extra one.
A SIM.
Like I can just extend my plan for one extra.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll work on that. Yeah.
So get a phone plan. Why do you need a phone plan? Obviously, so you can like have data these days, right?
Yeah, and start to set up viewings, right? So I'd say that's the third point. Like start apartment hunting, right? You gotta find a place to live.
This is exciting.
Yeah. I think for apartment hunting, it's like a whole thing. You want to like prioritize what you want to look for. Location is number one. Price is also like high priority. So SF has its own like system of apartment hunting. It goes by neighborhoods here, is what I learned, instead of like quadrants or
I see
blocks or anything like that. It was like very street specific too. So
yeah. So set up viewing, set up apartment.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I noticed, I just remembered this is. When I did apartment hunting, what I did is I made a list of if I see all of these things, I'm gonna put in a thing right away.
Yeah.
Put an offer, because also SF is more competitive than most cities. Mm-hmm. That if you sleep on it, somebody's gonna grab it up.
Yeah.
I mean, SF it's not really as crazy as New York or something, but that could still happen. So what I did is like, okay, I had my baseline what I wanted, like 300 square feet. Whatever, good location, doorman, like I just had the different things, because in a city like SF that's older, you might not even be able to hit all the criteria that you want to.
Yeah.
So you just gotta know if I see a apartment that has these things, I'm gonna jump on it.
Yeah.
Is that your similar strategy, or you're gonna try to find the perfect one, for like has everything that you need? Like, what are the things you're looking for in an apartment?
Yeah. Well, I'm on a timeline, right, of like 2 weeks, so it can't be too picky. Yeah, I think number one is like location. 2 is price.
Move over a bit.
Yeah, location, price.
Yeah.
No, I think laundry is also important, right? You don't want to be hauling like a huge laundry basket on the streets.
You want in unit?
Preferably everyone's like in unit, right? But I think on site still reasonable for me. Might not be for other people. Square footage is also one I think about. If I want to host people, then you need just like room for another bed or like a sofa, air mattress. I don't know. I saw some funky listings too. It's like some ovens only had like 2 burners on stuff, 4 on the top. One crazy one had a mini fridge instead of a real fridge.
What?
So you
No
didn't have
way.
a freezer. It's like wild stuff.
Dude, New York is even. I saw in New York, my friend showed me a picture of the fridge, but it was in the closet. So they just do everything to make space.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
like crazy out here. But yeah, set up viewings, start an apartment hunting. Also, like, just takes time to explore the city, right?
Yeah,
You're gonna be
explore the
living here
city.
for a while. Like, find some restaurants you want, parks, right? Talk to people, right? Like, whatever hobbies you do, you wanna like find similar groups here. So like, I used to do badminton, so perhaps like find badminton group, right? Gym is important.
AI groups.
Yeah, networking events. Yeah.
I mean, you could. I think you could probably explore the city as you go too, because you're gonna be living here. You're gonna
Yeah.
have. You could spread it out over a bunch of time. Like every weekend, you just go explore something new,
Yeah.
and you have like do that over the year. And you
Yeah,
could
no rush for exploring. Let's see, get a bank account. I think this comes after the SSN. And I'll probably after finding a place as well. Bank account's really important. It's like, that's how you get paid.
Yeah,
How
you're
you
gonna
pay
need
up,
that.
yeah. Right.
Any bank accounts you're thinking of going with?
Haven't looked into it too deeply. I actually looked more at the investing side.
Okay, yeah, I know you love investing, so.
Yeah, I think one of the good brokerages here is like Charles Schwab, something like that.
Mhm.
I would follow like, there's something called the Boogle Heads.
So what?
The Boogle Head on
What's
Reddit.
that?
It's like a subreddit, Boogle Head, I think.
What do they do?
It's like similar to like the Canadian couch potato strategy where
I
you want
see.
to do long-term investing,
I see.
right? So that's my investment strategy though.
Yeah. So what do you know about the investing landscape here? Is it any different or?
Yeah, it's a bit. I would say actually it's a bit worse than Canada. Canada, they have simple like one fund ETFs where you just dump your money to one ETF, right, and then invest like throughout the whole world and as well as like stocks and bonds. Here you got to be a bit more selective. So for example, the one I might aim for is like a 3-fund account, right? Like VTI, I think like BXUS and then like VOO or something like that.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah, there's no one fund solution I think, or if they do exist here, they're like more rare, right?
Yeah.
Or people do individual stocks. Yeah.
But I think the capital gains tax is less on non-registered.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think it's 30% short term, but 15% long term.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is in Canada for capital gains tax.
Usually for Canada, it was any profit you made, half of that is tax free. The other half gets taxed at your tax bracket, at the highest tax
That's
bracket.
high.
Yeah. So it could be depends on how much you make, right? If your income is low, you get taxed at like 25%. Higher income earner, you're taking tax like 35% for
Wow.
capital gains.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
that
Here it's just flat 15%
Yeah.
on capital gains.
Yeah.
Which I think I agree with. Like you took a chance and you invested in something. Why would you get taxed so hard on it?
Yeah.
Like it's risky investments. Okay, SSN. SSN is the gateway into phone plans, and then obviously get a place to live, apartment hunting, explore the city, get a bank account. What else do you have there?
For my list is just to, like get furniture for your apartment,
I see.
right? Start like I made a list of like all things that if I wasn't gonna bring from Canada, I would rebuy.
Mm-hmm.
As organized into like per room. Like for example, for the bathroom, I need like shampoo, toilet paper, soap, and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
For like office, I need like small things like surge protector, extension cord, speakers, whatnot.
Yeah.
Just like whenever like you pack, right? You'll know right away. It's like if I don't bring this, I need to write it down that I'm gonna have to rebuy.
I
Right?
see.
That way you reduce the trips to like the grocery store and whatnot, and also it like helps you get set up faster here, be more organized.
What else?
Let's see what else we
Yeah.
got. You want to
Just
send
unload all your information on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. It's like you want to update your address to like on at least for Canada, like all the banks should know that I moved.
Really?
Right? Yeah. So the CRA needs to be informed, which is the Canadian tax agency, that that you moved as well. So inform like everything that you have moved and like you're in America now, not in Canada. But I think this is after you get a place, maybe after you settle for a month, right? And then yeah, like the other parts like start working, right? Start your job and like start onboarding and whatnot.
Onboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing that we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about too. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot, everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything that we're missing here? I want this to be comprehensive, and if we're missing anything that you want to know, just comment down below, and we'll just answer in the comments. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, before, yeah, I talked about it. After, obviously, the main thing is getting that SSN. That's like the gateway into, like you already have your visa and everything.
Yep.
So now you just get your SSN. Do you need to tell the company that that you've crossed the border successfully, or not
Yep.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to tell both the lawyer firm and the company. Yeah.
And yeah, definitely before you're moving, talk to experts, right?
Yes. Talk to people who have done this before, friends or family, or people in SF, right? People who are specialized as a cross-border accountant, lawyers. Yeah, people who have moved as well. Like my friends who moved to like different cities, not even to America. They gave like extremely helpful advice on how to move, right? What to look for in apartments, like avoid mold, check the smell when you walk in and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot, just right there.
Yeah, there's like I always put this a lot into like there's like personal stuff of like moving. There's also like job stuff related, like dealing with all the offer, visa, lawyers. Yeah. So depending on each person's situation, but overall this should cover like the majority.
Cool. Yeah, we're at 30 minutes, so I don't know. Unless you have anything else, we can just like overview it and then close it out.
No, I think it's good. I would split it into before America, the transition, which is flying, and then after. Yeah.
Cool.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Okay, let's recap it. So, get that offer. I have videos on how to break into Silicon Valley already of just spamming, applying at all these different companies, different VCs, reaching out on LinkedIn. I mean, if you can get an offer without that, that's good, but I mean, just get that offer. Obviously, study lead code. Like this is all this stuff below is the easier part. Honestly, getting that offer. I mean, everyone knows the job market is cooked right now.
Yep.
Obviously, get a visa, pack all your stuff, book your flights, relocate. I mean, yeah, you dropped some good knowledge on this, and yeah, go ahead and fly. And when you get here, you have your SSN appointment coming up soon, or how do you get an SSN appointment?
So I think you can just actually walk into the office and just wait there, right? Get interviewed, show them your documents, get the SSN on the spot.
Nice, cool. Yeah, get that SSN, get your phone plan so you can call your girlfriend who you just left back home, and then start viewing apartments. And yeah, we'll talk about all that other stuff later. Once Brian is settled, he's working, he's ramped up, he's getting bonuses, he's not on PIP, all that stuff. We'll catch up with him.
Yeah, well, we'll do like a check-in after the party.
Yeah, this is gonna be sick.
3 months, 6 months.
Welcome to the city.
Thank you, James.
Let's get it.
I'm here.
First day, literally 2 hours in. I'll catch y'all in the next video.
Yeah, peace.